check this out. As you can see, we actually have a coin down in the hole right there. Look at that. They were stuck together. So I just got down on a signal and look at what I see in the hole. That looks like a piece of jewelry. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Ultimate Coin Hunt. In case you're unaware, the Ultimate Coin Hunt is a series where I take my metal detector from location to location in search of every United States coin minted all the way back over the last 100 years. Now in the last episode, I hunted around an old tree to see if we could find any coins in the area and I wasn't too successful. However, just as I was leaving that area, I stumbled upon a large lawn which I think is going to have a ton of coins. Now so you know, the buildings that I'm hunting today were built in 1958. In 1958, they were still using silver coins, silver dimes, silver quarters, silver half dollars, silver everything other than pennies and nickels. The discovery that I made at the end of last hunt was 2 pennies, one 1959 and one 1960 in the same hole. Now those right there are some period finds. Remember, these buildings were built in 1958. So my plan today is to go back to the area where we found those 2 pennies and see how many coins we can find. I'm hoping to get on some wheat pennies early on and I think we can do it. It's definitely an area that hasn't been hunted out yet. So with all that being said, my target collection for today's hunt is going to be the 1909 through 1940 Lincoln cents. These are the older wheat pennies. We still have not been able to get a single coin into this collection. I'm hoping that we can get one today. One last thing before we get started with today's hunt, I did finally go out and buy a piece dollar collection. These are the dollar coins made from 1921 up through 1935. So everybody who was saying that I missed that, I have it now. I'll let you know when I find one of those. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the hunt. All right, so just got on my first coin signal of the day. Sorry that it is a little bit windy out here. I'll try and speak as loudly as I can so you guys can hear me, but let's have a listen to this one here. So coming in about 83, 84, 85, sounds like it's going to be a penny. Hopefully it's going to be a wheat penny, and even more hopefully it'll get into that target collection for us. So it's going to be right about there. Let's go ahead and dig a plug and see what we get. So it looks like we were correct about this one being a penny. This is what I saw as soon as I opened the plug. I'll have to check to make sure that there aren't more, but that is what we see right now. It looks like it's going to be more modern though, 1979. But nice looking coin right there. Pretty easy to read the date and doesn't look like it needs too much cleaning. So I will definitely take that. I'm gonna check the hole, see if we have any more in there, and we'll get on to the next one. All right, we have another one here in pretty close proximity that sounds like it's gonna be another penny signal. Let's have a listen. So coming in solid 83, 84. That's probably gonna be a penny. Unfortunately, this one ended up just being a piece of scrap metal pretty deep down there as well. On to the next one. All right, so just got a signal here, which is a little bit higher than your typical copper penny. It sounds like it might be a quarter. Let's have a listen. So coming in high 80s, low 90s. I think this is probably gonna be a clad quarter, but it could be even better than that. Let's go ahead and dig it and see what it's gonna be. So we are in pretty close proximity to where I found those 2 pennies in the end of the last episode. And I just unearthed what looks to be a penny right there. But this sound, you guys saw it was coming in 88. There's probably gonna be more coins in here. Actually, look at that. They were stuck together. Looks like we have 1 Canadian penny right there and then 1 American here. So you can see that the Canadian penny is not super old. I think that only goes back to 1965. I'll put that one on the plug. Let's take a look at this American coin right here. Hopefully we're gonna get a wheat penny out of this because it's been quite a while since we've got one. And it does look a little bit older. Let's see what we get when we flip it over to the reverse. Oh guys, that's looking good. I think that's gonna be a wheat. Yes it is. There we go guys. First wheat penny in quite a while, and came out with what's looking to be a 1960s Canadian penny. So let's see what the date is going to be, see if it's going to get into that older collection. Ooh, very, very close. We need 1940 or older for that collection. We got a 1948 Denver right there. So we're definitely in the right location, and as I suspected, this place is going to have some wheat pennies for sure. So let's take a look at that Canadian penny as well, since that came out as well in the hole. This is our second Canadian penny of the Ultimate Coin Hunt series, and as you can see right here, the date on that is 1966. So pretty old as well. Not as old as the wheat penny there, 1948, but looks like they were both dropped around the same time, probably in the late 60s, early 70s, because this coin is in pretty good shape here. So let me just check the hole real quick to see if there's any more coins in there. And if not, we'll get on to the next one and see what else we can find. All right, guys, we just got down on another nice penny signal. And believe it or not, this one came out in the tiny little bit of dirt that came out on the side over here. And looking at it on first glance, I can tell you this is going to be another Canadian penny. And look at this. This is our first young head Canadian penny. The last year that this design was minted, you can see we have a young Queen Elizabeth, who is still alive, by the way, but much younger in these times, on the obverse of that coin. So these were minted from 1953 up through 1964. This is the last year of that mintage, so that's pretty cool to find. Definitely period for this area, and if we could get a dime like that, we'd have another silver dime right there. All right, guys, so I just got down on a signal which was kind of jumping around. I thought it might be a coin, wasn't sure though, and look at what I see in the hole. That looks like a piece of jewelry. Now, I don't know if this is going to be cheap or if it's going to be nice, but let's take a look at it together. All right, look at that. First piece of jewelry for the hunt. I guess for the, oh, look at that. I think this is actually just the first half of it. There may even be another piece in there. So once again, guys, we're having a theme out of this place. We found several items that are marked Hong Kong. So that's pretty interesting. This one, it has a marking, it just says Hong Kong. I think it's probably cheap, but it did sound like a coin, and I'm gonna check the hole once again to see if the other half of it, which looks like it's missing here, might be in the hole. But I'll let you know on that. That's still pretty cool to find. I really like the looks of it as well. All right, guys, so this was super unexpected. I had a signal that was jumping around all over the place. Wasn't really sure what to make of it, but as you can see, we actually have a coin down in the hole right there, and it's actually a pretty deep nickel, so this may be somewhat old. We can see that it's gonna be a Jefferson nickel, so it won't be older than 1938, but looks like it's definitely has a chance. And as you can see right there, I think the date on that is going to be 1963. So, hey, that's not too bad. I will definitely take an old nickel any day of the week. Not easy to find these. Looks like I may have nicked it. Actually, you know what? That's not me. That looks like it was a lawnmower from a long time ago, because you can see that you have two nick marks, one on the top and one on the bottom. So we have a really nice solid signal here coming in like a silver dime. Last time I had a signal like this, though, it ended up being a toy car, which is also pretty cool. So let's go ahead and listen to it. So kind of solid 86. I was getting 87 earlier. You can see it's a pretty solid signal there, about 6 inches down in the hole, maybe even 4. And it's right about there. So let's go ahead and cut a plug and see what we're gonna get on this one. Looks like my guess about it being a toy car was a good one. As you can see down here, I'm already starting to see it looks like the bottom of the car. There's a wheel right there. Wonder how old this one's gonna be. Let's grab the small shovel and dig it out a little bit. Try not to damage it. There we go. Just popped right out of there, didn't it? So that one is looking fairly old. I think we have some plastic on the bottom of it, but let's see if we can get a make off of it, just because I've been doing a little bit of research on these, so I'm a little bit more familiar. And you can see it's got fire ants crawling all over it. They were probably making a home out of it. Good thing I have a glove on, otherwise they'd be biting for sure. But yeah, I'm not really getting anything off the bottom of that, so I will have to clean that up later and show you what it is during the wrap up. So let's put that one away and get on to the next one. Hopefully we can get onto some coins here. So very nearby to that toy car, we have a coin signal, maybe a toy car signal. Let's have a listen here. Yeah, I guess it's tough to tell. They usually sound about like 86, 87. This one's actually jumping up even higher every once in a while, but it's a little bit deeper and it's keeping that consistency. So maybe a car, maybe a coin spill though. Right about there is where we're gonna dig. So let's go ahead and get to it. So guys, I'm in the process of digging this hole. That right there is the tree that we were digging at last time. Remember I mentioned that there was a groundhog hole over there? And if you look right about there, that is a groundhog, ladies and gentlemen. And you can see he's on the move right now. That was definitely his hole. There he goes. Kind of walking around the tree saying, "What the heck did you do to my home?" Hopefully I didn't screw it up too much for you, little buddy. All right, let's keep digging this hole. I'm getting pretty close on this one. So I had to dig down pretty deep for this one. It turns out it's just gonna be a toy car, but this one's pretty heavy duty. This sounded, once we got the plug out, it sounded like it was gonna be a quarter, maybe a silver quarter, so I was getting excited. And honestly, that's still pretty cool right there. You know, we find a lot of toy cars, but not too many toy fire trucks. And this one looks like it's pretty heavy duty. It looks like it's almost all metal. So I'm excited to see what this one ends up being. All right, guys, this was absolutely bizarre. As you can see right here, I have this huge piece of rock. It looked like a piece of a brick, probably just some foundation piece. This was basically right underneath the ground. And then under that, I had to dig about 2 more inches down in some hard packed dirt to unearth that. So that's definitely probably a waste of time. Could be digging coins, but hey, I had to figure out what was under that. It looked like some sort of marker. Thought maybe there was going to be treasure here. So just got down on this signal here. It was kind of bouncing around, but ultimately came out in the high 80s. And now that I've got it out of the hole, I know that we have a coin. The question is how many. Take a listen to this signal here. So still high 90s, but take a look at this, guys. We have for sure one coin in the hole. It looks like it's going to be a penny. Now pennies don't typically sound like they're in the high 90s, so I don't know what this is going to be, but I can already tell you guys, I don't think this is going to be a memorial penny. This looks like it's definitely going to be, as you can see, a wheat penny right there, which is great if there's more in the hole, especially if we have a high signal, because that could be a silver dime in there with it. So as you can see, this wheat penny is in great shape. Let's flip it over to the obverse so we can see what the date is. And as you can see right there, 1950 is the date. Definitely predates these buildings, so a good sign, and pretty close to that 1948 that we found earlier. So surprisingly, there are no other signals in the hole, not even up in the plug, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I guess that was just a really good penny and the detector thought it was better than it was, but hey, I'm not complaining about a wheat penny out of this area. All right, let's get out of the next one and see what else we can find. So I just got down on this hole here, which now that I've got it out of the hole, it is in the plug and it sounds like a textbook nickel signal. Let's have a listen here. Yep, so as you can see, low 50s, high 40s, that's almost exactly a perfect nickel right there. So it's in the plug here. Let's see if we can locate it with the pinpointer. Oh yeah, right over here on this side. We are right on it right there. Let's see if it's gonna be a nickel or something else. Ah, of course. These things sound very similar to nickels, unfortunately, so that's one of the reasons why nickels are so hard to find. All right, on to the next. So we just grabbed ourselves toy car number 3. This one's a pretty cool looking ride actually, and it's looking like it might be older, so definitely a lot of writing on the bottom of this one. I see China on it, so that's where it was made. Looks like Hot Wheels though. I see Hot Wheels right there. They always have a year on them. Oh, this one's actually pretty new. You can see 2000 right there, so man, kids have been playing with toy cars for a very long time. All right, so it's been a minute since we got a coin, but just got up here in the plug and check this out, guys. We got an S-mint right there. Definitely need that one in the collection. I think we only have a single S-mint coin. It's a 1970 S. We just got 1972, and you can see that little San Francisco mint mark right there. That is a pretty cool find. I will take that any day of the week. Probably up there with the wheat pennies. All right, let's get on to the next one. All right, guys, just got down on this signal here, which looks like it's definitely going to be a coin. Have a listen to the signal here. So once again, coming in high 80s, but I'm pretty sure that what we have here is going to be a penny. Maybe the only coin in the hole, but we'll see. So I see the edge of it right there, and let's pull that out and see what we're going to get. All right, so it looks like it's just going to be a memorial on this one. I thought we might have had a wheat there, but it doesn't look like it. 1981 Denver is the year on that one. So we're kind of going in the wrong direction here. Hopefully we can get onto some older stuff. I was just 8 years off of getting a pre-1940s wheat penny on that one of the first holes that we dug, and we're getting a little late in the hunt now, so pressure's on to see if we can get something older. All right, let's go ahead and try again for that quarter. Let's take a listen to this here. So as you can see, about 6 inches down, perfect quarter signal. Let's go ahead and dig it and see what we get. I'm not talking about the worm right there. The edge of a clad coin looks like it's definitely going to be a quarter. So it was a shallow quarter like we suspected it would be. Let's pull it out and see what it's going to be. We definitely need a lot of these, so I will take whatever we can get here. Looks like it's going to be one of the state quarters this time, and I think that says Alabama. So 2003 Alabama quarter right there, and the mint mark on that is going to be Philadelphia. You can see it right there on the right side of Washington under In God We Trust. I wish they didn't make the mint marks so close together. P's look a lot like D's, so but that one's going to be a P for Philadelphia. So all right, that's definitely going into the collection. I will take it. On to the next. So as it turns out, that Alabama quarter was not the only coin in this plug. Check this out. That sounds like another solid quarter signal right there, and it looks like we dug down just a little bit into this plug. We have another quarter right there, so that's awesome. Looks like this one's going to be another state quarter. I think that's oh, I see the moon man there. I think this one's going to be Ohio. So that's unfortunate. No, I'm just kidding. But another one pretty much around the same time, 2002. And let's see what the mint mark is going to be on this one. What is that? It looks like another Philadelphia right there. So right around the same time period, Ohio, 2002. All right, on to the next. So I really should get in the habit of checking the holes on camera. I put this plug back for the third time and checked the hole again, and there was another signal. This one's going to be a clad dime. So this is a 60-cent spill so far. I was coming in about 84 on this one. So I think this is probably going to be the last coin, unless there's maybe another penny or another dime in there somewhere. Shouldn't be any more quarters though. This one's once again around that time period, 2002 Denver. So this is a very recent spill, but still exciting to have. I think that's probably the most money that we've made so far on the hunt right there in that one hole. So pretty exciting. So guys, I'm not sure how much you can see here, but that right there on the left is the old tree. And you can see there's a bunch of little groundhog babies running around. This is so cool. This is actually one of my favorite things to do coming to this place, is just seeing all the groundhogs come out, especially in the springtime when there's babies. Really cool to see them just kind of walking around. They're all over this place. And usually they're pretty timid, but right now they have no problem with me. You can see there's one there on the lawn. And I've seen at least 4 at once, so quite a few of them in there. Kind of fun. All right guys, check this out. So 60-cent coin spill right there. Right over here, just right next to it, really, we got a penny, and I think that this is gonna be a wheat penny. Just looking at it, I don't see the memorial back on it, and I think that this is the reverse. So let's take a look at this one here and see if we got a nice old one here. All right, so what is that going to be? This actually may, I am really bad at calculating the sizes of these things. This is a dime, clad dime at that, so this might actually be part of the same spill. As you can see, it's around the same time period as well. Definitely new when it was dropped, so probably dropped between 2005 and 2010. It looks very nice. But hey, I'll take it. Another dime into the collection. I'm pretty sure we need that one, so I will definitely take it. So that right there on the far left is the mother. On the right side, you can see one of the babies. All the other babies are over by the tree right now. I think they got spooked. But you can see the mother right there. She's just kind of wandering around, protecting her babies, of course. I'm not going to get too close because I'd rather not disturb them. And you know, I'm definitely not going to be hunting under that tree today, but that's pretty cool to see. Babies are just right over there underneath the tree. I see one moving now. There's a couple of them right there. Definitely a cool thing to see at the end of the day. All right guys, so we just got down on this hole. Sounded like it was going to be a penny, maybe a clad dime. But we got something else here. I'm not really sure what it's going to be, but it's pretty loose. So I'm just going to grab the small shovel here and pry it out and see what it is. Ah, okay, it looks like it's just going to be some sort of a tube, or a pipe rather. Broken off piece right there. I thought we might have had a piece of silverware there, so I figured I'd film it, but that's all right. We'll just throw that one away. On to the next. All right guys, this could be interesting. We have a high 90s signal, only 2 or 4 inches deep here. Since it's kind of near that pipe, I'm guessing it could be something like that. But just in case it's a $50 or something, check this out. 99, 2 inches down. I've had that signal become a silver quarter for me before, so I'm not going to rule it out. Pretty shallow though. All right, let's go ahead and dig this one, see what we're going to get. Well, I guess we cracked the case on this one. That is going to be my 4th toy car, and man, this one is heavy. That thing looks futuristic. This looks like a Hot Wheels Warner Malaysia. Okay, all right. Pretty cool car. Definitely a heavy signal there. Comes in at 99 even out of the hole, so that one had me excited for a second. All right, things are kind of winding down here. It's about 9 o'clock, and just got another penny signal. And here's what I pulled out, 1962 Denver. Not too sure if we need that one or not, but it's very close to that wheat penny range, so heading back in the right direction. Hopefully we can squeeze out a nice oldie before we leave. Looks like we just snagged another clad dime here right down the edge of the sidewalk. So I can't be mad at that, even though it looks like it is going to be pretty new. I think it'll probably be going into the collection, so I'll take it. On to the next. All right guys, we are running out of daylight fast. Just getting on my way back to the car here, and I got this find right here, which I'm definitely not mad at. I thought that this was going to be maybe an older penny. I was just kind of putting my last hope out there. It sounded a little wonky, but I figured I'd dig it anyway. Turns out it's a tag. It says Disabled American Veteran, Cincinnati, Ohio, and then it has a an area code there. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up, and we'll take a look at it back at the studio and figure out what this is. This is pretty cool though, so I'm definitely not mad at finding that. All right, let's get back to the studio and see what we were able to get on this hunt.
All right, so welcome to the wrap up of the Ultimate Coin Hunt number 5. As you can see, I have quite a few collections laid out on the table here, so let's go ahead and take a look at each one of these collections and see which coins we were able to get into them today. So starting off with our target collection, Lincoln cents from 1909 up through 1940. Unfortunately, did not get a coin into this collection, but came very close. If we come over here to the next collection in the series, the 1941 through 1974, you can see right down here we got 2 wheat pennies into the collection today. One of them being a 1948 Denver, as you can see right there, and the other one just a few years away at 1950, and this one is a Philadelphia. So I was definitely happy to get those into the collection. And then if we look over here on the third page of that collection, we did get one other coin. It was actually a San Francisco minted coin, 1972 San Francisco. And like I said, out in the field, those are pretty difficult to find, so was definitely happy to get that one. As you can see right here, the 72 Denver has way higher mintage than the 1972 San Francisco, so definitely happy to get that one in as well. We were also able to get one other penny into the collections today, into the 1975 through 2013 Lincoln Cents album, and it came on the second page. It's actually a zinc penny in pretty rough condition. We did find another zinc penny, but it was in too rough shape in order to be able to tell the date. I can see this one pretty clearly though. It's 1996 and I don't see a mint mark down there, so it's just going to be a 1996 Philadelphia going in right there. Moving on now to nickels, we were able to get one nickel out of today's hunt, and it went into the 62 to 95 collection. Just barely made it in there. It was actually a fairly old one. This one is going to be a 1963, and we flip it over to the reverse to see that we have no mint mark there on the right side of the Monticello. So that's going to be a 1963 Philadelphia going in right there, 178.9 million of those minted. Up next, let's take a look at quarters. If you remember, we had a coin spill where we had 2 quarters in the same hole, and they both ended up being from about the same time period as well. Now, this is actually a new collection that we have not opened yet, the 1999 through 2003. These are state quarters, so there's quite a few varieties of these to find. And we'll open them up here, and you can see that we actually got 2 into this collection today, one of them being an Ohio 2002 Philadelphia quarter. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys collect these quarters as well outside of metal detecting. I know that a lot of people also just like to collect these from circulation. So we got the Ohio and also an Alabama, and this one was also a Philadelphia. It came in the year 2003. So we got 2 into that collection, and it's going to look just like that. So with quarters, pennies, and nickels out of the way, all that we have left is Roosevelt dimes, and I think that this is the category where we did the best in today. As you can see, I didn't film all of these because some of them came later in the day, but we did get 2 new coins into the 65 through 1999 Roosevelt collection here. One of them being this right here, 1987. And by the way, I do really like the way that the dimes come out. They end up looking pretty nice when they come out of the ground, at least in the area that I've been detecting recently. So we got 2 right there. This is the kind of funny thing as well. They go in a row right here, and then we actually broke into a brand new collection over here today. This is the 2000 up until the present for dimes, and we once again got a straight row of dimes here. So you can see we got a 2000 Philadelphia, the 2002 Denver right there, and then we also got the 2005 Philadelphia. So yeah, I'm definitely happy with the progress that we're making in the dime collections. We definitely did a good job on those today. The last collection that I wanted to look at today is actually a brand new one, which I bought recently because I was finding so many Canadian pennies. I figured I may as well get 1 or 2 of these and just fill them in because I know that I'm going to be finding quite a few. So right here we have the Canadian small cents from 1920 to 1988. And fun fact, going back to 1920, if you go back earlier than that, Canada actually had large cents before 1920. So this is really as far back as small cents in Canada go. And as you can see here, we did find one. I think this was in the first episode. We got this 1969, and then today we got 2 more, which is why I'm busting out this collection now, a 1966 and a 1964 Young Head Canadian penny. But as you can see right here, we were able to get 3 coins into this collection today, and of course we have quite a bit of progress to go, but that's what the series is for. Let's just see how far we can get this thing filled out. So that's all the coins that we were able to get in today's episode of the Ultimate Coin Hunt. I know that I have a small following though that really likes these toy cars, which I find, and I found 4 of them today, which was pretty cool. I'll start with this one right here. It says Stroyman International Inc., made in China. This is the only one that does not have a date on it, and I think it's pretty recent. It's mostly plastic, but these other ones do have dates on them. As you can see right here, this is a Hot Wheels car from 2000, and this one was made in China as well, but this one cleaned up pretty nice. It's still got most of the original paint on it. This one sounded really, really good. If you guys remember, it sounded like a, I don't know, like a silver quarter or two. This one says 93, so 1993. And Warner Brothers, also a Hot Wheels car, and kind of a futuristic look to it. I do like that one. I think this one's probably my favorite, though. As you can see, this one's definitely outdates all of those other ones so far. And we do have a little bit of information on the inside of this car, but most of it is still covered up. I wasn't able to completely clean that out yet. But this one's definitely old, as you can tell. It's almost completely metal, and except for the wheels, I believe. But definitely a cool little fire truck. You don't find fire trucks too often. Maybe some of you guys will recognize this one. I think it is Tootsie Toy. That's what I saw on the inside there. But definitely a really cool one to come out, and definitely my favorite of today's hunt. You guys also saw at the end of the hunt, I found this little piece right here. I think this was the last thing that I found. So as you can see, the text on it reads, "Postage guaranteed, find or deposit any mailbox, disabled American veterans, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45206. Now you guys know I am hunting in Michigan. Cincinnati's not too far from here though, so I can see that showing up. But I'm not exactly sure what this is, what it was used for. Let me know down in the comments below if you are familiar with this object or this item. I just thought it was really cool to find, and the text on it is pretty cool, so I wanted to show you guys that. And the last non-coin find for today's hunt, this little piece of jewelry right here I found pretty early on in the hunt, and it does end up just being kind of a toy piece of jewelry, but it says Hong Kong on the back, which I thought was pretty cool because we've been finding so many things marked with this exact same mark, Hong Kong, on it. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and it is nice to find jewelry every once in a while, even if it isn't super fancy. Now I know that some of you are going to be disappointed that we didn't find any peace dollars today, even after adding this collection to our box of collections, but as you can see, it is completely empty. Wait, no, it can't be. It can't be back. Wait, what's that? Alright, sorry about that, guys. The camera just cut out on me for some weird reason. I can't really figure out why, but that is going to pretty much do it for this one. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go down below and leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, because we post new videos like this every single week. Always bringing you along with the hunts and having a good time. And as always, I'm Quin, and this is Quin's Coins signing out, and I will see you in the next one. What the heck was that?